Friends, please keep their devices on mute all the time. If you have any questions, please send it in the chat room, or you can ask later on after the lecture. Thank you.
तमाम साथियों को याली मदद कामड़े साहब, thank you. I hope everyone is doing well on this Saturday morning. It shows your dedication, your love for the Imam, and it shows that how much you love to learn the ilm and hikmat. Ya Maulay Zaman, Ya Maulay Zaman, हम गरीबों को, नाचारों को तौफीक, ताहीद, हिम्मत व यारी इनायत फरमा मौला. या मौला मेहरबान, या रहमान, या रहीम. मौला तू जानता है कि हम कितने कमज़ोर हैं. तेरे छोटे छोटे स्पिरिचुअल चिल्ड्रन इस इल्म को सीखने और सिखाने के लिए यहाँ पर जमा हुए हैं. मौला अगर तेरी तौफीक ताहीद ना हो मौला तो हम कुछ भी नहीं कर सकते हैं. मौला तू जानता है मौला हमारी कमज़ोरियों को. या मौला मेहरबान, हमारे साथ एक शफकत भरी माँ की तरह हमारा हाथ पकड़कर हमें इस रास्ते पर चलाना मौला. या मौला ज़मान, या मौला ज़मान, हम बहुत ही आजीज़ी से मौला तेरी मदद को पुकारते हैं. मौला जिस तरह से एक बच्चा अपनी माँ को पुकारता है, इस तरह से हम तुझे पुकारते हैं. मौला तो आ और अपने नूर से हमारी मदद फरमा मौला. आमीन या रब्बल आलमीन. तौफीक, ताहीद, हिम्मत व यारी. तमाम साथियों को एक बार फिर या अली मदद. इस गरीब और नाचीज़ की जानिब से आप तमाम की दुआओं की ज़रूरत है, अशद ज़रूरत है, ताकि हम ये काम कर सकें. आपको याद होगा हम फरमान नंबर 64 फरमान अक्टूबर 1903 के फरमान को पढ़ रहे थे. आज हम पेज नंबर 31 से उसको कंटिन्यू करेंगे. हक मौलाना दरी सलामत दातार आका सुल्तान मोहम्मद शाह सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि हमारी जानें इस इमाम से फ़िदा हो. फरमाते हैं, तुम दिल के साथ तय करो, तुम्हारा ईमान तुम्हारे दिल में ऐसे हिम्मत दे. आज तक तुम्हारे दिल में सुस्ती थी, अब से आप अपने दिल के साथ तय करें और तुम्हारे खुदावंद को दिल में जगा दो. ऐसा तय करो कि आज के बाद हिम्मत बहुत ही रखो. ऐसी हिम्मत रखो और ऐसा तय करो कि आज के बाद दीन पर ज़्यादा ख्याल रखोगे. आपने देखा मौला हमें तवज्जो दिला रहे हैं he's drawing our attention that I understand that we have been lazy in our deen, in the understanding of our deen, in the following of our deen. But today, let's make a firm conviction that from now on, we will pay attention to our Mola, to our tariqah, to our religion. In this one, there is one underlined word or sentence, which is that from now on, you will keep your Lord in your heart. कि आज के बाद अपने खुदावंद को अपने दिल में रखोगे. What does it mean? अगर हमको याद है कि हमने पिछले पैराग्राफ के अंदर पढ़ा था कि हमने दुनिया को अपने दिल में रखा हुआ है. Remember, in our previous paragraph we had read that Mola said, you have kept your world in your heart. And in this paragraph, Mola is reminding us, guiding us, that we should keep Imam in our heart. Imam is not saying that you should let your world go, because physical life needs to go on. We still need to work, we still need to eat and do whatever we need to do on the worldly, physical level. But our heart, our mind should be focused on what is permanent, and that is the remembrance of the Imam, Ibadat Bandagi, and the fikr was zikr. Fikr was zikr. Thoughts and your tasbiyat should be focused on what is permanent, and that is our soul. Because after 2 days, after 4 days, after a short life, we all must return back to our origin, and that life is permanent, and focus should be on the Imam to elevate our soul. So Mola says, keep your Mola in your heart, not dunya. And I believe we had emphasized on this again and again in our previous reading. तुम्हारे दिल के रूह से अवाल पूछो कि अंदर नफ्स की तरफ रागिब है. Very strange question. Mola said, you should go into your heart and look at your soul and ask a question. Am I focusing? यहाँ पर जो रागिब का वर्ड है, am I focusing on my soul? And this is the question we should be asking of ourselves. हर रोज अपनी नफ्स के ऊपर हाथ रखकर अपने आप को पूछना चाहिए कि क्या मेरी तवज्जो, मेरी याद, मेरा फोकस is toward my soul or is toward my physical being, toward my physical being. That should be the question one should ask every single day. It could be at the end of the day, what have I done today? Did I do what I promised Mullah I would do today? Was I focused or did I lose my focus? And this is for the purpose of correction, not criticism. Just to correct ourselves. If we had forgotten, then we can correct ourselves for the next day. Inshallah. Further Mullah says, रात दिन 2-3 घंटे नफ्स के साथ ख्याल में रहकर उसके साथ बातचीत में रहो, कितने दिन तुम्हारे दिल को इबादत के बिगड़ रखोगे? Now there is a very good point over here that we should learn. So I'm going to translate this into English so everyone will understand. पहले हमने उर्दू में सुन लिया कि अपनी रूह के साथ, अपनी नफ्स के साथ 2-3 घंटे रोजाना बातचीत करो. What Imam is saying, you should talk to yourself. Ask yourself, talk to yourself, and Imam saying 2 to 3 hours a day. And what the conversation would look like? He's saying, ask yourself, have I focused on my soul, what is permanent? Have I done that? And he's saying, do that 2-3 hours a day. And next line says, तुम्हारे दिल को इबादत के बिगड़ रखोगे कितने दिन? How many days will you keep yourself away from the ibadat? And remember, we are not talking about sitting down and sitting in ibadat for 16 hours a day, but we can be in remembrance 24 hours a day. If we are focused, we can do ilmi ibadat, our work, our chores, with the correct intention, नियत के साथ अगर हम ईमानदारी से काम करते हैं तो वो भी हमारी इबादत के अंदर गिना जाता है. Even making money can be part of your ibadat. Cooking and cleaning could be part of your ibadat. Anything we do can be part of your ibadat. If your intentions are correct, if you are working honestly, and if you are focusing. This is a very powerful paragraph that how we should be having a conversation with ourselves. And I have repeated this many times before. You do not have to tell me or anyone else. No one will come and ask you what you are doing. It is between you as a murid and your imam as a murshid. ये आपके और आपके मौला के दरमियान में है. Further, Mullah says, another example, जिस तरह मुर्गी जमीन पर सर पटकती है, यूं कितने दिन तक तुम जमीन पर सर पटकते रहोगे? तुम ऊपर जाने का ख्याल करो, यानी कि अपनी रूह का ख्याल आसमान पर जाने का रखो. Mullah gives the example of a chicken which is completely, utterly, always focused on food on the ground. And she constantly looking toward the food, And Mola is giving that example for us, that how many days, how long will you be focused on the world and eating and food and whatever else we do during our 24 hour. Mullah say instead, your focus should be, your thought would be to go above. यहाँ पर जो वर्ड आसमान का दिया हुआ है, यहाँ पर वर्ड जो आसमान है, we are not talking about heavens. आसमान word is used for higher ranks. आसमान का जो वर्ड यूज किया गया है ना, वो जन्नत के लिए नहीं, ऊपर के दर्जात के लिए इस्तेमाल किया गया है. So those who have a book or those who have paper pencil, make a note. The word asman is used for higher ranks, not the heavens. And at the end, if you want to ask me a question, why would I say that, then I'll be more than happy to explain again. आप अपनी रूह का ख्याल आसमान पर जाने का रखो. That was the line that you should underline, because your focus should be to get to the higher ranks, not on the ground toward the world and the food. Further Mullah says, देखो मुर्तज़ा अली के असाब सलमान जैसे थे. वो सलमान एक फारसी यानी कि ईरानी था, उसके बावजूद भी इबादत बंदगी के ज़रिए अहले बैत का रुतबा हासिल किया. तुम भी ऐसी इबादत करो, ऐसी कोई वजह नहीं कि तुम उसके जैसे ना बन सको. We all remember in our history Salman Farsi. Who was Salman Farsi? A fire worshipper. And he was one of the caretaker of their place of prayers, as his father was a caretaker of the place of worship. But one day he ran away from home because he was not satisfied with his religion. Because his father would appoint him to sit there to ensure the fire does not go away, meaning constantly putting woods and the kerosene in the fire, ताकि वो आग बुझ ना जाए, उसका ख्याल करना होता था उसको. तो वो कहता था कि ये कैसा खुदा है कि जिसको मेरे को जला कर रखना होता है. What kind of Lord is this, that I have to put the kerosene and wood into it so it would stay alive? What kind of God is this? और वो हैप्पी नहीं था. So he ran away one day. He found a priest and he liked the Christianity. At least they were believing in one God. So he converted to Christian. One day, while they were traveling, उसको किडनैप कर लिया गया और उसको गुलाम बना लिया गया. They took him and made him a slave, and then they sold him in Makkah. One of the Muslim bought it and then he gave to Mullah Ali, and Mullah Ali freed him. और जब इस्लाम का वक्त आया तो उसने इस्लाम को कबूल किया. Not only that he became a Muslim, but he loved Mullah Ali, the Imam-e-Zaman, so much that he became ALWAAZ. We all remember कि कौन होता है कि जो अहले बैत में से है, पंचतन पाक में से कौन हो सकता है, from the household of Prophet Muhammad. जब खुदावंद ताला ने आयत उतारी, and this is ayat Tathir, surah 33, ayat number also is 33, that collect your household, the people of your household, and sit on this चादर. एक चादर बिछाई और कहा कि अपनी फैमिली को इस चादर पे बिठा लो, और जो भी इस चादर पे बैठा हुआ है वो पाक एंड प्योरिफाइड है. They are the household of Allah. They are the household of Allah. When Prophet Muhammad's wife Asiya asked, "O Muhammad, should I sit in this chadar, on this blanket?" Muhammad said, "No. This is only for those who are purified." Prophet Muhammad himself, Ali Murtaza, Fatima Zora, Hassan wa Hussein were the 5 that sat on that chadar. But then Salman Farsi was entered into ALWAAZ. A person who loved Imam so much, he elevated himself so much that he became part of ALWAAZ, the family of Allah. And listen to what Mullah is saying in this Farman. अब क्या फरमाते हैं मौला, तुम भी ऐसी ही इबादत करो, ऐसी कोई वजह नहीं कि तुम उसके जैसे ना बन सको. सिर्फ तुम्हारी अपनी नाहिम्मती है, तुम्हारे दिल में मोहब्बत होनी चाहिए, सुस्ती तुम्हारे अपने दिल की है. Remember, he loved Mullah Ali, and he, in the love of the Ali, he would do extraordinary ibadat. जिसको मैं क्या कहता हूं? He did honest ibadat. Someone can ask, what is honest ibadat? Is there a such thing not honest ibadat? सलमान फारसी did honest ibadat. वो ईमानदारी की इबादत करता था. और मौला फरमाते हैं कि ये तुम्हारी सुस्ती है. It is your laziness that you are not able to reach where he was able to reach. क्यों? कि वो ऐसी इबादत करता था कि जो ईमानदारी की इबादत होती थी. इस वजह से वो अपने असल मकाम पर अहले बैत में से हो गया. I'm sure someone is thinking on this line, yeah, but that was 1400 years ago. Give us an example of our time. Have we not seen the people, the Murid and Mu'minins in our recent history? Rahim Basariya, Mullah says for him that he is from ALWAAZ. He was from Panchtan Pak. And you know what Mullah said for him? When Rahim Basariya asked, उसने मौला से दरखास्त किया कि मौला मेरे पास कोई नरीना औलाद नहीं है. He requested Mullah that I don't have any male progeny. So Mullah said, what are you going to do with male progeny? तुमको लड़के की क्यों जरूरत है? रहीम बसरिया ने अर्ज की, या मौला जब मैं मर जाऊंगा तो मेरे को कोई कंधा देने वाला होगा, मेरा बेटा होगा तो मेरे को कंधा देगा. He said, when I die, at least someone will be there for my funeral. You know what Mullah said to him? I am your son. Not only that, खाली इतना नहीं फरमाया, मौला ने फरमाया कि मैं इस दुनिया में भी तुम्हारा बेटा हूं और उस दुनिया में भी तुम्हारा बेटा रहूंगा. And then Mullah asked Rahim, can your son do that? I am your son here and I will be your son in the other. If I give you a son, would he be able to do that? Rahim Basaria, he became speechless. He said, Nahi Mullah, you are Rahman, you are Rahim. Mullah further says कि मैं तुमको कंधा देने के लिए तुम्हारी मयत में आऊंगा. Mullah said, I will be there. I will be there for your funeral. And guess what? Jama changed. 1957, Jama changed. Close to 1959, Rahim Basaria fell sick and he was in hospital. And he remembered that Mullah said, I will be there for your funeral. Now he's crying कि या मौला, मेरे कोई नरीना औलाद नहीं है, तूने मुझे कहा था कि मैं तेरे फ्यूनरल में आऊंगा, तूने तो जामा बदल दिया, अब मैं किसका इंतजार करूं. एंड आप तमाम जानते हैं कि फिर क्या हुआ. प्रिंस अली सलमान खान वॉक्ड इनटू द हॉस्पिटल and said to Salman, Rahim Basaria, hey Rahim, remember I had promised you that I will come for your funeral. Are you ready to go? I'm here. Imagine that. Imagine that. Mullah had promised him. Of course, Rahim Basaria passed away that day, and Prince Ali Khan was there for his funeral. ये है हमारे recent history, ये है हमारे मोमिनीन. It is not impossible, my friends. It is possible for all of us, each one of us. Each one of us, it is possible. Mullah further says, फजूल बातें करते हो जिससे आखिरत का कोई फायदा नहीं होता. कई नादान आदमी ऐसे ख्यालात करते हैं कि इबादत में करे, मगर हिंदुस्तान के बाशिंदे खोजों को अरबी ज़बान में क्या फायदा होगा. अच्छा, very important line again. I'm just so into this Farman that every line I read, I just cannot help myself to think how much Imam loves us and how detailed, line by line, he's guiding us. This is a kind of warning for us that we waste our time in so much unnecessary talk, unnecessary conversation. Look at the social media today. How much time do we waste? Hour, 2 hour, 3 hour? You know what research says about social media? I'm sure all of you know this, sometimes intentionally and sometimes unconsciously. We are part of this. Average person looks at his or her phone 800 times a day. 800 times a day. An average person sends 24 messages forward, sometime reading and sometime even not reading, they just forward. Because somebody sent it to you, now you have to send it to someone. You don't even know what that is. If we are understanding this Farman, we should utilize our single breath every single minute of the day in the remembrance, focusing on our soul instead of playing and wasting our time on social media. मौला ने क्या फरमाया, फजूल बातें करते हो जिससे आखिरत का कोई फायदा नहीं है. Social media will not help you when your time comes. It is just waste of time, unnecessary. You are not only burdening and wasting your time, each time you forward something which is not good or not needed, you are also wasting your family and your friends' time. Who is responsible for that? Be careful, be careful. Do not waste your life, your time, the precious time away. Imam had given us this time. We should be thankful. We should be thankful to him that he had given us yet one more day. एक और दिन हमको दिया है, उसको ज़ाया ना करें. क्या पता कि हमारे पास एक दिन बाकी है कि 2 दिन बाकी है कि 4 दिन बाकी है. Let's not waste our precious time in unnecessary things. I'm going to read this line again. फजूल बातें करते हो जिससे आखिरत का कोई फायदा नहीं होता. कई नादान आदमी ऐसे ख्यालात करते हैं कि इबादत अरबी ज़बान में है. So now Mullah is talking about that, in that time and even today, that we don't understand Arabic, we don't understand our dua. But look at how Mehraban Imam is. We have translation and we have teachers who can teach us the meaning of the dua. If we understand our dua in whatever language you understand, जिस ज़बान में भी हम अपनी दुआ को समझ जाते हैं उसकी मीनिंग को, फिर हमको ये वरी नहीं होनी चाहिए कि हमको अरबिक आती है कि नहीं आती है. ऐसा नहीं है कि खुदा सिर्फ अरबिक ज़बान समझता है, वो आपके दिल की बात को सुनता और समझता है. So of course at that time, especially in our Khoja Jamaat, and Mullah is talking about Khoja Jamaat here, कि जो सिर्फ गुजराती और कच्छी बोलती थी, उर्दू भी पूरी तरह नहीं बोलती थी कि वो अरबिक को समझ सके. तो मुल्ला उनको दिलासा दिलाते हैं, then it's okay. लेकिन अगर तुम अपनी दुआ को समझते हो तो वो तुम्हारे लिए काफी है. अच्छा, अरबी अल्फाज में अरबी नमाज अरब लोगों के लिए अच्छी है, जो उसके मानी समझ सकता है इसके लिए अच्छी है. जो कोई अरब नहीं है और समझे बगैर बेखुदी में नमाज पढ़ता है तो कोई तो कहे कि कोई कई तरह काएं काएं करता, कवे की तरह काएं काएं करता। जो मानी नहीं समझता उसका रूह उसमें नहीं होता, वो सिर्फ मुंह से बकबक करता है। Just like what I just said, Imam is saying, those who does not understand the meaning, I wanted to emphasize on this part. We understand Arabic is not our language. Listen to what Mola says. Those who does not understand the meaning of the dua, और फिर दुआ पढ़ते हैं तो वो बग बग करता है। What is the English word for bug bug करता है? They are just like a crow, just making sound out of his mouth without understanding कि वो क्या बोल रहा है। What is the conversation? क्या बातचीत कर रहे हैं आप खुदा से? आप दुआ की मानी पर तवज्जो दें ताकि आपको पता चले कि हम दुआ में क्या बोल रहे हैं, क्या कह रहे हैं। What is the conversation? What is the talk? What are we asking? Mani, mani, mani. Not translation, but mani, mani. Understanding, deeper understanding of the dua. Otherwise, मौला फरमाते हैं कि तुम सिर्फ बक बक करते हो। हजरत इमाम हुसैन के ज़माने में शमीर भी नमाज पढ़ता था। जो बेईमानी से नमाज पढ़ते हैं वो शमीर की तरह है। Remember I was talking about honest ibadat and dishonest ibadat, and the question was, can there be a dishonest ibadat? Listen to what Mullah says here. Here Mullah is talking about dishonest ibadat. Salman Farsi was doing honest ibadat. Now Mullah is giving a negative example of Shamir. That he also would offer his namaz, लेकिन वो बेईमानी की नमाज पढ़ता था, डिसऑनेस्टी की नमाज पढ़ता था। मगर अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह तुम शुक्र अदा करो कि ये 55 दिन में तुम्हारा जन्म हुआ है। तुम उस पर ख्याल रखो कि अगर उस पर ख्याल होगा तुम्हारे जिस्म में से रूह निकल जाएगा तो सीधे बहश्त में जाएगा। मुल्ला said, but think and be thankful, शुक्रगुजार रहो that he has given you a birth in 55 दिन इस्माइली तरीका. So when your soul will leave your body, it will go straight back to the heaven. Be thankful. Don't be like Shamir. You all remember that Abdul Muljim, who killed and martyred Mullah Ali Murtaza, our beloved first Imam. You know what his attribution was? At the time of Prophet Muhammad, when there would be competition amongst the new Muslims, that who can offer more namaz, who can offer extraordinary सजूद, कि कौन सबसे ज़्यादा नमाज पढ़ता है और सबसे ज़्यादा सजदे ऑफर करता है, उसका कंपटीशन होता था. अब्दुल रहमान मुलजिम, he would offer more namaz than anyone at that time. इतनी नमाज पढ़ा करता था, लेकिन वो ईमानदार नहीं था। क्यों कहा ईमानदार नहीं था? भाई नमाज तो पढ़ता था वो भी, लेकिन उसका ईमान अली के ऊपर नहीं था और उसने इमाम को कत्ल कर दिया। डू वी सी दैट? And we all remember when Yazid killed Imam Hussein, martyred him, and when he came back, Muawiyah said, "Why did you do that? What was the hurry?" You know what he said? नमाज का वक्त हो गया था, मेरे पास वक्त नहीं था, so I killed him so I can make it to namaz in time. Can you imagine that? Killing the grandson of Prophet Muhammad, who had brought the Islam and the Quran and namaz for them. And he said, I killed him because my namaz time was about to be missed. I didn't have a time, so I killed him. ये ईमानदारों की नमाज नहीं है. What is the lesson for us? Why are we talking about Abdul Rahman Muljim and Yazid? Why? What is the lesson for us? Be honest. Be honest in your dua. Understand your dua. Recognize the Imam. क्योंकि इमाम की रिकग्नाइजेशन के बगैर, इमाम की पहचान के बगैर, दुआ को समझे बगैर अगर हम नमाज पढ़ते हैं, हम दुआ पढ़ते हैं, हम इबादत करते हैं, तो वो ईमानदारी की नमाज, दुआ, बंदगी, तस्बीहात नहीं है. We must recognize the Imam ताकि हम honest इबादत कर सके. Let's read one or two more paragraphs, then we'll stop so we can open the floor for questioning. बेश में पहुंचो फिर भी बाग बगीचे में कोई फायदा नहीं, वहां भी वापस निकलकर हैवान बनोगे. बेश से भी ज्यादा पाक एक जगह है, वहां रूह को पहुंचाना है. This is our final line we will read, and this is the best line if we understand. अगर हमको समझ में आता है ना फरमान, तो ये लाइन है जिसकी बात पूरा फरमान का पंच लाइन is this. What is that? If your wish, if your goal is to go to the heaven, then even heaven is like a jail cell. Mullah says what? There is a place higher than heaven, और वहां पर हमारी रूह को पहुंचाना है. जन्नत की किसको लालच है? किसको जाना है जन्नत में? आज भी हम जन्नत में हैं. अगर हम इमाम के साथ हैं तो आज भी हम जन्नत में हैं. मुला फरमाते हैं नहीं, उससे भी एक ऊपर जगह है. We should ask ourselves, what is that place Imam is talking about? There is a place above heaven, and that is the goal. Goal is not to go to heaven, but to go to the place above that. That is the goal. That is the focus. So यहाँ पर stop करते हैं. So we have some time and we can talk about it. If there is any question, we can talk about it. जी.
Sir, I don't see any questions in the chat room. But if friends have any questions, please unmute your phone and you can ask the question.
Yali Madad Aziz, sir.
Yali Madad. Yes, Yali Madad.
Ali Madad. I just wanted to mention about Ahlul Bayt being more than the Panch and Pak, the five. So there is more people in Ahlul Bayt?
Yes.
Can you clarify?
Yes. Because ALWAAZ, remember when Imam calls us my spiritual children, and who were ALWAAZ? ALWAAZ were Imam's family, the Nurani family. I know sometimes it is hard for us if we say as our humbleness in our AZIZ that we are nothing, we are poor, we are nobody. That is our humbleness. But when Imam calls us my spiritual children, and if we qualified, if we work hard to truly become his spiritual children, then what are we? What are we? Yes.
Then we become his family.
Yes. But we have to work hard for it.
Yeah.
I'm going to say something because it's a very small group, and I think I can get by with saying this. Okay, I'm going to say something which I normally would never say that in a larger group. But I believe everyone on this line early this morning are true Mu'mineen and they are true lover of the knowledge, Imam. So I'm going to say something. When Imam comes for Darbar, and in the Darbar he gets up on the mic and says, my spiritual children, today I'm happy to see you. Question we should ask ourselves in our heart, is he talking to every single person sitting there, or is he talking to few who have qualified themselves to be Imam's spiritual children? That is the question we should ask ourselves. G.
So, like Imam's children, like Princess Zahra and Prince Rahim and his biological children, are they also part of Ahlul Bayt?
Yes, if they are Nurani family, definitely they are a part of ALWAAZ.
Okay. Okay. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions from any friends?
याली मदद अजीज भाई.
याली मदद.
अजीज सर, एक क्वेश्चन है मुझे कि सुल्तान मोहम्मद शाह ने फरमान में था ये कि डरी ने इबादत नहीं करवी पर मौलाना प्यार में इबादत करनी. पर अभी तो सब नॉलेज लेके अभी तो खाली डर ही लग रहा है, वो प्यार अभी तक आया नहीं है. अभी तो लाइक यू नो लाइक ये सुन के नहीं सभी हो के ऐसा लगता है ओ माय गॉड कि आधी लाइफ तो चली गई है. अभी आधी लाइफ में क्या क्या करें? पहले नॉलेज ले रहे, इबादत स्टार्ट करें तो कभी पहुंचेंगे, यू नो. तो वो डर अभी है कि ओके नहीं करेंगे तो क्या होगा, करना तो पड़ेगा ही. राइट? तो ये सब क्वेश्चंस क्यों होते हैं लाइक माइंड में? उसका कोई सॉल्यूशन है?
जी बिल्कुल है, absolutely. So let me repeat this question for everyone. My sister is saying that we have lost half of our life in ignorancy. Now there is a lot of fear in ourselves. Okay, what should we do now? So I'm going to answer it in two different ways so you may understand this. Number one, पहला, याद रखें कि हम इमाम के spiritual children हैं, as an Ismaili in the bayat of the Imam. And I'm telling you this with a certainty, 100% certainty, without any doubt. Even if you don't do any single thing today and die, you are in heaven today. आपको डरने की जरूरत ही नहीं है, आज ही आप जन्नत में हैं, आप दोज़ख में नहीं जा रहे हैं, आप जन्नत में जा रहे हैं, गारंटीड है ये. पता है क्यों? क्योंकि आप इमाम के स्पिरिचुअल चिल्ड्रन, आप इमाम के बैयत में हैं और इमाम के साथ इमाम की जन्नत में है. नाउ पार्ट ऑफ योर सेकंड क्वेश्चन, लुक लाइक देयर वर टू क्वेश्चन, वो ये था कि प्यार से किस तरह से हम इबादत करें. याद रखें कि अगर हमको जन्नत की लालच नहीं और दोज़ख का डर नहीं, so what do you have? You have nothing but the love of the Imam. आपके दिल से निकाल दें, आपका डर जो है ना वो दिल से निकाल दें. और याद रखें हमको 50 साल की जरूरत नहीं है इमाम के साथ एक होने के लिए. We only need one day of good ibadat to be with Imam. We do not need 50 years. आज, today, if you truly love the Imam, उसके इश्क के अंदर आप इबादत करें, not with the fear in your heart. डर से नहीं, डर से नहीं, क्योंकि डरने की कोई जरूरत ही नहीं है ना. किस बात से डर भाई? हम तो आज ही जन्नत में हैं मौला के साथ, हम तो मौला के बैयत के अंदर हैं, कोई खौफ नहीं है आज. Take that away from your heart. Don't worry about it. You are so lucky to be in the bayat of the Imam. समझे आप? आज से खौफ को निकाल कर और इबादत करें मौला के इश्क में, बस खत्म. आपको फिक्र करने की जरूरत ही नहीं है आज. जी
शुक्र. यस, लाइक एक थिंग जो समझ आया कि ऑलरेडी जन्नत में ही है, तो वो फिक्र ही नहीं है कि दोज़ख में जाना पड़ेगा. तो अभी जन्नत दोज़ख है ही नहीं, तो अभी और क्या बचा है? जस्ट प्यार से इबादत करना. ओह माय गॉड, दिस इज परफेक्ट. यस, थैंक यू वेरी मच. एंड आई एम जस्ट सेइंग दिस बिकॉज नॉलेज मिलने के बाद, आज मेरा फर्स्ट डे था जमात खाने में कोविड के टाइम पे, मॉर्निंग में, एंड इट वाज माय दुआस बारो. एंड जब भी मैं दुआ पढ़ रही थी तो इतना सारा नॉलेज अभी जो सुना इतने मंथ्स में दुआ के मीनिंग में, और उसके बाद जब भी आज मैं दुआ पढ़ा रही थी तो माय एक्सपीरियंस वाज कंप्लीटली डिफरेंट. कि मैं खाली दुआ रट के पढ़ा नहीं रही थी, इट वाज लाइक कंप्लीटली डिफरेंट एक्सपीरियंस. सो थैंक यू वेरी मच कि ये आप लोग नॉलेज, जो स्पिरिचुअल गुरुज, आप लोग डॉक्टर्स, स्पिरिचुअल डॉक्टर्स हम लोग को जो नॉलेज दे रहे हो. सो थैंक यू वेरी मच.
शुक्र, अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह. All thanks and shukr guzari to Imam Zaman. We are nothing, nobody, just poor and humble servant of the Imam Zaman.
Hello, Yali Madad.
Walali Madad.
Thank you so much for sharing your knowledge and spending so much time. We really appreciate it. I missed the answer you gave to the lady before about the Al-Bayt, where you say that you would not normally talk about it in a large group. You would, but you're going to talk about it today, but I missed it because I got a little distracted. Can you please repeat it for me? Thank you.
Sure. What I was saying, when Imam calls us, when Imam come into Darbar and gets up on the mic and said, my spiritual children, then what are we? We should ask ourselves, if we are truly are elevated ourselves and qualified ourselves to be the spiritual children of the Imam, then we are the family of the Imam and we are part of ALWAAZ if we have qualified ourselves to their level. And I said, because of this line, this morning, how many Ismailis are there? 12 million? Look at only 50 some people woke up early this morning because they love their Imam and the Imam's knowledge. So what they do? In the love of Imam, they wake up early so they can listen to the words and the knowledge of the Imam. That tells me that this small group of people are truly lover of the Imam. Ji.
Yeah, shukar Mola. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yali Madad.
Yali Madad.
Aziz sir, there is a Farman of Sultan Muhammad Shah from Karachi, 26 January 1938. And in that Farman, Sultan Muhammad Shah says, Varas Muhammad Remue amari ઘણી જ ખિદમત કરી છે. એ મિસાલ અહેલે બેતના મેમ્બર માં છે. જેવી રીતે વઝીર બસરિયા, વઝીર રહીમ અહેલે બેત થયા છે. So there are other members in this century too that have become Ahle Bayt.
Oh yes. Matter of fact, a lady had made a list of Sultan Muhammad Shah's Faramin and see how many names Imam has mentioned that have come close to being Ahle Bayt. And there is a list of the name actually. I could not even remember. I'm sure there was a dozen or so. Thank you, Bilkis Appa, for reading this Farman. Thank you.
Sir, so one friend has a question on the chat room, so let me read out. So the friend is asking, how do you encourage a 10-year-old to mediate and learn dua meaning, and any tips? Want him to learn just as part of daily life from young.
There are two different ways that I have found easy to teach our children. Two ways. One, be a role model. Be a role model by not only reciting the dua in the evening or morning, but what you can do, let's say there are two dua in the evening. So first, if you read the dua, let's say you as a parent recite the dua, then ask your children to read the translation of the dua. Because remember, step by step, the recitation, then the translation in English or Urdu, whichever language is preferable for them to understand. And then the third, have a conversation with your children, or have a conversation between husband and wife, parents, and let children listen to it. This is very successful method without forcing anyone. If you become a role model, if you recite the dua, always have your children read the translation of the dua, and then at the end, as a practice of the dua, That should be your daily practice with your children if you have a young children. And just talk about one of the part. Part 1. What does it mean, Surah Al-Hamd? Then next day, talk about what does it mean about this ayat in part 2, ayat 3, ayat 4, 5. Talk about it on daily basis. Just a little bit, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Don't force too much, and you will see unknowingly, unconsciously, in back of their mind, they will understand the meaning of the dua is part of our tariqah. Because you need to make that part of your daily life. So it can become part of our daily recitation of the dua. And I have seen family doing that, and I have seen those children, they understand dua so well that it is amazing. I'll give you a quick example. In one of the session like this, when we used to have classroom sessions, someone asked a child, or they didn't even ask the child, they were asking general question in the class, like I always ask in these sessions, right? What does Sirat al-Mustaqim mean? No one was answering. A child, I believe she was not more than 7-8 years old. You know what she said? Imam is Sirat al-Mustaqim. Imagine this answer. A child saying Imam himself is Sirat al-Mustaqim. So walk on the way of the Imam. That was her answer. Now imagine what kind of parents she would have. How did she come to this conclusion? G. Very good question. Thank you.
Any questions from any parents? सर किसी और का सवाल नहीं है तो मेरा सवाल एक है अगर आपकी इजाजत हो
जी कामरे साहब.
So sir, I want to ask you, sir, you emphasize so many times in this Farman for the honest ibadat. And you give some example of Salman Farsi honest ibadat and Shimmer this honest ibadat. So could you please elaborate more, because I'm sure we all friends are here, we're doing the honest ibadat. So what is it exactly, is this honest ibadat? Could you please go a little bit more deep in there?
जी आप तमाम सवाल सुन लिया. कामड़े साहब पूछ रहे हैं कि ऑनेस्ट इबादत क्या है, ईमानदारी की इबादत क्या है. देखें, पहले हमको याद रखना होगा कि जो फर्ज है वो कर्ज है. What is compulsory and necessary? That is requirement. That is a minimum requirement. You have no say in it. जो फर्ज है वो तो कर्ज है. दुआ, दसौन और चांद रात की मजलिस, ये तीन चीज हमारे तरीके के अंदर फर्ज है, और जो फर्ज है वो कर्ज है. Those are the minimum requirement. And I'm going to say this again in the small group. खाली दुआ पढ़कर, खाली दसौं डालकर आप अपने असल तक नहीं पहुंच सकते हैं. माफी, so sorry. Just by dua and just by giving the son, you will not be able to get to your asal. What do you need? Next step is your honest ibadat. If you love the imam, then what would you do? You will enroll yourself in ibadat. You will enroll yourself in other majalis. You will do extraordinary ibadat, meaning not 1 hour, but 2 hours of ibadat. 2 hours of ibadat. Just not recite the dua as not understanding, but will work hard, understand the dua, the meaning of the dua, then recite the dua. That is honest ibadat. Don't just give your money the son, give you the son of your time, give the son of your energy, give the son of your knowledge, give the son of your tazwiyat. I'm sure people are shocked on this line. You mean there is more than one kind of the son? Yes, my brother and sister, yes, my friends. There are more than one kind of the son. Money is the easiest one. Easiest one. Time and knowledge is next level of the son. Then intellect and your spiritual the son is the hardest the son. First to understand and then give. That is honest ibadat. ईमानदारी की इबादत कि वो इबादत वो डीड्स जो हम डेली बेसिस पर इग्नोर करते हैं, भूल जाते हैं. Give extraordinary to the Imam. That is your honest ibadat. Thank you, Kamle Sahab. This was a great question. So if there is no more question, thank you everybody for attending this morning class session, and continue to pray for this Garib and Nachis so we can have this kind of sessions and understanding of our tariqah. May Mola give you a lot of barakat in your ilm, in your understanding, in your ibadat, in your tasbiyat, in your griyawazari, and may Mola keep you near His Noor, and inshallah soon give you Nurani Didar. Ameen. Thank you everybody. बहुत नवाजिश. या अली मदद, या अली मदद.
Yani Madad.